join us now is an absolute icon. A man whose name is going to be synonymous with greatness. A man who's going to have a statue in maybe multiple cities that he stops at through his playing in football career. We are thankful he chose to head to Bloomington, Indiana from Cal Berkeley. Ladies and gentlemen, national champion quarterback, future first pick of the NFL draft, Fernando Mendoza!
Yeah,
Yeah, Fernando!
Big old dude.
Yes.
6'5".
Yeah, he's
yes. People forget he's 6'5".
What a giant.
Ty kind of got Sicilian out there.
Jeez.
You know how to handle it. You're a superstar. You crushed it on Jimmy Fallon.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I got a lot of, you guys taught me. You guys all taught me.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And I saw you guys had Aiden Fisher on the show.
Yeah.
It was like a week ago. And you are right. You guys have some amazing fits, and they're in the back of the end zone. And so it was like 3rd down and goal before the 4th down touchdown. I'm like, wow, those guys have some good fits. Like, they're crazy.
Thank you.
You have Jake Paul roasting your blue.
Okay, roasting is he was all fired up. He had his jaw restructured too. Who knows where he was at the time.
Jaw there.
It was a little Cignetti jaw. Let's talk about your jaw. You're a tough dude, bro.
Appreciate it.
Hey, let's talk about the 4th and 5. The Fernando special, the
Yeah.
impossible finish for you in your hometown. When you decide to go and give it a go, and I think the field goal is potentially out there, then now we're going to go for it, and then you take it for yourself and you make that play. In your mind, are you thinking about anything? Are you thinking about how all of your work, your entire life leads to this one play? Like, how do you kind of compartmentalize that? And then immediately afterward, what is the sense throughout your entire body? Like, we probably just won the national championship on maybe the greatest play in the history of Indiana football, honestly.
Yeah, when you put it like that, you make it seem like the last scene of a movie or something like that.
Which it will be. Which it will be, yeah.
But honestly, I thought we were going to kick the field goal. I was like, okay, let's get up 6 points, keep it in range. Our defense is great defense. Let's kick the field goal. He called 4th and 5, and it's a quarterback draw play. And I'm like, man, game on the line. I want to throw the ball, but screw it. Whatever. I'll run the ball. And ended up dropping back, have a little eyes away, and I just started going. And when I started going, I'm actually supposed to go to the left because the line's sliding that way, and I just take a U-turn to the right. It's like I missed the wrong exit on maps. All of a sudden, I'm getting pinballed back and forth.
Apple Maps will do that.
And it was Apple Maps will do that. They'll screw you. And then all of a sudden, I see the end zone. I blacked down. I just reached out, and it was phenomenal. I honestly can't thank God enough because I don't know how I'm not that athletic. That was God. No.
Yes, you are. I think obviously God is a massive part of you being that athletic, but I don't think a lot of people have seen you play ball. I think a lot of people think, oh, Cal Berkeley transfer. This guy is Cal Berkeley guy. He goes to Indiana. Okay, that is a NIL transfer portal conversation we don't need to have. Cal to Indiana. Sweet. That is not real. And then all of a sudden, the way you take to Indiana and the way the team kind of buys in and you and Cignetti do it, it's one of the most special seasons in the history of college football. Undefeated, the most amount of games since Yale in
1894.
1894 or whatever. When you guys are getting into that run of the playoffs, you feel something special? You feel like you're playing your best ball at the right time? And how do you guys kind of manage that? And what were the conversations like through the run?
Well, first of all, was your wife excited? Was she hyped?
Pumped. Yeah, she was down there. I just want to let you know the amount we paid for a suite to watch you do that. Worth every penny. Worth every
these bad boys right
yeah,
here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But it was a special night, man, for Indiana. But honestly, nobody really expected it. Even though Indiana had a good year last year, your transfer, everybody thought it was kind of over. At what point do you guys realize, hey, we do have something special here? And then playoffs, you just smack folks around. When did you guys know, you think?
So when I first got to Indiana, and everybody always says player-led teams are the best teams. And when you see Aiden Fisher, Pat Coogan, really putting people in line and really saying, hey, we're expecting to win. We're not on any of that losing stuff. And really holding people accountable, I was like, oh, we're going to be special right here. We're going to be special. And we had a little 3-game stretch where we killed Illinois. Then we came back from Iowa. We beat Oregon. I'm like, oh, we're going to be a good team. We're going to be in the college football playoff. Then after we beat Ohio State, we all were like, we're going to win this whole thing. I'm sorry, AJ, but after we beat Ohio State, we had the confidence. Coach Sig always made sure to humble us because he's very humbling. But after that game, we had the confidence, and no matter what, we're a resilient team. So we could go down, but we know all the boys are going to rally together and end up putting a good drive together and end up sealing the game.
Yeah, fun team to watch. AJ, Ohio State Buckeye has a question for you.
Yeah, I guess what's the plan look like now? Where are you going to work out? What are you going to do? you're the presumed #1 overall pick. Obviously, how that goes, but
you are, dude.
Yeah. Who are you going to work out with? What are you going to do at the combine? Have you thought anything about the whole throw-in, which you don't need to do anything at the combine, honestly, but have you thought about all of that going forward?
You know, you're throwing at different receivers, it's a whole different thing, and I want to make sure I give my guys the best chance. So I want to throw a pro day with my guys, with my running backs, and be there with the boys. The combine, I don't think throwing is going to be a priority just because it's such a quick turnaround. January 19th, I mean, I feel bad. Like, a lot of the guys on our team, like, luckily I'm in a better position that I don't got to throw on the combine. But a lot of our guys, we had Kalen Black playing the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
Game 17, that's a true NFL season. You know, and all the other guys, they're busting their butt training already. And, you know, I've started training already down here in California. And it's just been a great process. And like everybody always says, whenever I watch interviews or ask former NFL players like you guys, they say, hey, this is an 8-week interview. You got to give it your all, limit the distractions, and really lock in, because where you go and how you set yourself up in front of these GMs and in front of these teams is going to change your life forever. So I'm making sure I have my head to the grindstone. And like you said, I just want to help my guys, pro day, throw to the boys.
Okay, on that note, your rookie year is your longest year regardless.
Yeah.
Now that your rookie college seasons are longer than they've ever been, I mean, we're about to learn a lot about you guys. I mean, you guys are going to be like case studies on what is going to be college football into the NFL because how long that season was. Did it feel like a grind? Because you guys are beating the hell out of it. I mean, the extra
Smoking
games,
team.
you guys are just smoking everybody. But it's a long time. That is a very, very long season together. You guys were able to stay healthy, I guess. Is that kind of a massive piece of it? How would you kind of describe the run? How long?
Our strength coach did a great job, but it's an NFL season. And with the college format nowadays, we didn't basically play a game in the month of December.
So stupid.
So it's so weird. You're there playing Ohio State December 6th, and you have a whole entire break until January 1st. So it was like really kind of a weird patch where you can recover, but you're also anticipating the Rose Bowl. And I don't know about the system. It was just, that was really weird. So it made the season feel a lot longer than it is. But whenever, as a fan, or you know, a former NFL fan, because now I'm going to be playing in the NFL.
Yeah,
whenever you hear,
really
congrats. Whenever you hear NFL players talk about, wow, the season's long, is a toll on the body. As a quarterback, playing 16 games, and honestly, like the Miami game was a fight, the Ohio State game was a fight, but every game in the NFL, the margins are small, and they're all going to be like that. So to go through 16 games that are going to be dogfights, I can see how it can take a toll on the body, and it's going to be crazy because most players get a month off, 2 weeks off, but January 19th, straight to draft training. So, like you said, we're lab rats right now.
Yes, you are.
I mean, God, please keep us healthy.
Amen. I think the more people learn about you through this draft process, the more they're going to like you. You're huge.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, you're absolutely huge. Your accuracy is outrageous. There was a story I think Jen Lotta told me about Surratt maybe sending you videos of back shoulders before the season. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
Okay, that becomes a massive piece of your offense. I think your ability to spin the ball is a separator. I think your accuracy is outrageous. I think your athleticism is crazy. I think your toughness. As you project to the NFL, you got to be very excited about how you're going to handle the men's league, right? I think you feel pretty comfortable about what's coming.
Yeah, the NFL and college are two different skill sets. The NFL, you need to be able to process it faster, get tougher, and get smarter. And so I'm really excited for the new challenge and opportunity because there's gonna be some failures rookie year, but I'm excited to turn those failures into successes because it's gonna be a new skill set and there's gonna be a learning curve. Everybody always says, the quarterbacks I've talked to, is the most I've learned is usually my rookie year, just because of the jump. And so I'm really excited for that. And like you said with Surratt, and it's all about the preparation with the guys. So however the rookie year goes, I know at the end of my rookie year, no matter, whatever happens, I know I'm going to be able to put my head on my pillow and sleep well at night knowing I did everything possible to have the best rookie year possible, however it goes.
Yeah, and you go to Planet Fitness every day to get after it, or what do you?
Well, Cignetti, I mean, he's a tough cookie, and after the season, Cignetti said, hey, I had enough of you, Mendoza. I kicked you out. So now I can't go back to Indiana anymore. So now I'm working on Planet Fitness. $15 a month right here, and before Radio Row, get a quick workout in. And like I said, I mean, I'm in draft prep, and draft prep, obviously, I love hanging out with the boys, but draft prep is number one. And so I gotta stay prepared, gotta stay, ahead of the edge, because a guy like me, like you said, although I'm a big guy, I'm not the strongest, I'm not the most athletic, but I gotta stay ahead of the edge and stay ahead of the curve, and the Planet Fitness allows me to do that.
You're way more athletic than people just look at you. Yeah, way more strong and tough than what people look at you. I'm excited for people to learn about you. There's free fitness training included with all memberships at Planet Fitness.
Okay.
Planet Fitness has thousands of locations across the country, many of which are open 24 hours a day.
That's huge.
Okay.
If you want to do the Mendoza midnight hours, you can kind of get in there and get after it. Ain't that right, Fernando?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
You're staying up. You go hang with the boys, drinking water, go to playing fitness, get a second, third workout, and you go do your thing.
Drinking water, that's hilarious.
Okay, beers with the boys as well. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, well,
I want to go back to that national championship, and you talked about it's a movie, and you being back at home, with your little brother, obviously Pons, you got Jamari Shabble, got the game-winning interception. What was that like mentally going into that game, knowing that that's the stadium you grew up basically looking at, the team you probably rooted for as a kid, and that's where you could end it with the trophy you did? How was that going into the game, though?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to this. This is a blessing by God because all the guys that are from Miami, Sharp, D'Angelo Pons, those guys had some of their best games, and myself also being from Miami, having a great play there, all the guys from Miami elevated their game in the national championship in front of their families. So what a special moment for all those guys. But other than the national championship, I want to talk to you about this AI stuff.
Oh, okay.
We're always I'm on. My friends are like, come on. I mean, obviously, great NFL player, but you're always talking about Fernando Mendoza's AI.
Oh, no.
Not real.
I like that.
Yeah,
we got to talk about
I know
that.
you're real. You're a
Like,
South Florida kid. I just asked you a question. You gave me look, I'm the AI. I got a certificate in AI.
Yeah, he does. He does.
I think I can spot it, but I was wrong. We talk about it all the time.
The reason that, I took a lot of public speaking courses because I never thought I was going to make it in football. Her boy was a 2-star recruit committed to Yale. I'm like, I got to make those networks somehow, I got to try to get in Skull and Bones. I got to try to.
Oh, trying to be president? Okay. Yeah,
But
we
then,
know a little bit what you're talking about.
No, I'm joking. I know it's all jokes.
Of course,
and
man.
stuff like that, so appreciate it.
Hey, you talk about being with the boys, though. I think that's the part that really elevated in my eyes because of the AI thing. You are Cal Berkeley. You're a nerd, okay? You are a nerd. Football, you are a nerd as well.
Nerd, yeah.
But you're allowed to be. Like, nerds have been very good at football for a long time.
Yeah.
But I think some traits of some nerds is not able to connect with, like, meatheads or, like, sport people. I think you have been able to connect to your teammates, and you, like, go out of your way to be able to do that. Drinking beers with the boys, celebrating with the boys, building a relationship with the boys, working with the boys, and then showing up in the biggest moment. That's why I think you're going to be NFL guy of the future, and we're excited to watch you work.
And I appreciate that. And it's, although I say, drinking beers with the boys and stuff like that, for me, I had a lot of leadership failures at Cal, and I was always trying to be a rah-rah guy. And at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, people who are authentic to themselves. I'm going to be myself around the boy. I'm going to be an authentic Fernando Mendoza. And along with that, I'm going to show my teammates I care about them. So when they say, hey, Fernando cares about you, and he's also authentic, like, yeah, Fernando's a nerd. It is what it is,
Yes.
If you have those two things and mix them together, it's led to a great group of guys.
Yeah, I think so. You guys you've been a great leader. So you're drinking, like, IPA. What are those beers that the
IPA.
you drink IPA? You drink
beer?
the Hoosier beers. What is your go-to drink of choice when you're with the boys?
Yeah, honestly, when I'm with the boys, like, everyone just gets their drink of choice. And so I would say, like, as a college student, especially, pre-NIL at Cal, I'm for whatever gets the job done. That's
a good answer. No more.
like that.
No more.
You can't be picky, Beggars can't be choosers.
He's young, smart.
I got NIL now. We were drinking some bullshit. Like,
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
Yes, we were.
Yes, we were. Bacardi 151.
Yeah. Smirnoff.
Yeah, you got to do it. Don't do that, Fernando.
No.
Con Man has a question for you.
Yeah, Fernando, we've talked about it. Number one overall pick. It is inevitable almost. Have you started to look at, Kubiak's offensive system? Have you started to think about, kind of that first interaction with new minority owner Tom Brady? I know you mentioned about him being kind of that dream, dinner interview, if you will, with Tom. Have you kind of put yourself through that process, or are you just kind of focused on working out at Planet Fitness at midnight and just getting ready for, what's to come?
So evidently, I'm very focused on working myself and working the draft process. But throughout this entire season, we actually had a little bit of a Kubiak kind of McVay system, not for our RPO system, but for our play action. And the way that he's able to incorporate outside zone and get the edge with the run game, where the running back either collect the edge, hit the hole, or cut back and be able to do play action off of that, bootleg off of that. And the way he's developed Sam Darnold has been phenomenal. So I've actually watched, just being a football fan before he got hired, watched a lot of breakdowns of his film and how the Seahawks have gone. 'Cause that's been a big story.
Oh, yeah.
How the Seahawks and the Patriots have gone from, on the fringe to all of a sudden Super Bowl contenders and Super Bowl, like, about to win a Super Bowl, each team. So I've been actually, before he got hired, I watched a lot of film and a huge fan of his work. And Tom Brady, he's been a huge football idol of mine. And the way that he has processes and systems and the way that he talks about his leadership is something that's always resonated with myself, as I've never been the strongest, never been the biggest, and never been the fastest. However, the way that he prepares and really has a process about going about things and having discipline. This guy's eating avocado ice cream or pistachio ice cream.
Yeah.
Having that discipline has really inspired myself as a young guy who, wasn't always really highly recruited and was usually an underdog. Now, I'm upper dog and got to prove it every single day that I am where I belong.
Yeah, you are upper
But
dog.
as having that underdog story, it's someone that I've looked up to for a long time.
Are you going to do a shirtless photo at the combine like Tom or no?
Have to.
I think it's mandatory.
I think you're allowed to do whatever you want, Fernando.
I think it's mandatory.
Hey, you're the number 1 overall pick, brother. I think you'll be allowed to do whatever the hell you want. Now, on that note, you won't, though, which is why we think you're going to be incredible.
Have you been able to kind of sit back and just, like you mentioned, Pat said when you first came on, going on foul and you're on the Today Show. Obviously, everyone talks about the craziness of you guys going and winning the national championship. But could you ever have imagined that you were going to do all this stuff, after the Heisman? Like you've basically lived every kid's dream for the last 2 weeks. Have you had a moment to kind of just really collect yourself and be like, man, this is unbelievable? Or is it kind of just, hey, the NFL draft's the next thing. I kind of just got to keep moving and do what I got to do.
Yeah, no, you're right. The Fallon Show, the Today Show, and the McAfee Show. I mean,
But
that's
a good sell. That's a good sell.
It's been great in December. In the start of December, winning after the Ohio State game, winning the Heisman. There's still a lot to prove. There's still a lot to prove. A lot of question marks. Maybe the Heisman wasn't as strong this year. However, I always kept that fire, under all of our butts, and we were able to have a great playoff run and able to win a national championship. And after winning that national championship, I let it sink in for a week and a half. Because at that point, you got to collect, you got to reflect, see what you did well this season, see what you could work on, but also just enjoy it.
Yes.
That's what football's about. It's about enjoying it. It's about having fun playing football. And after that week and a half, all the boys, we've all been shipped out to different places of the country, starting to train, starting for the draft. But I think it's really important to reflect on the season, enjoy it, because it is a success. It is a success, and if anything, I'm not as happy as I think I am. I would have been, and obviously it's all great. And if you told me a month ago in December, hey, you're going to be on the Fallon Show, you're going to win the national championship, I would have probably fainted. But now I'm just wow, I got to chase that feeling again. And so for all these great things that happen, it's such a blessing by God. And it's been such a great week and a half reflecting on it. But now, like you said, it's time to get to work and time for the next step.
Oh, you got addicted to the confetti.
That's
I believe is kind of how it goes. What a cool moment.
Yeah, it is.
Can you tell me about Cignetti a little bit as we go out? I saw you did an impression of him with Caleb. Yeah. I thought you nailed it. I thought you absolutely nailed it. Tell me about Sig, because people are talking about him being maybe greatest coach
Ever.
period, let alone football, but just leadership and coach as a whole. You are going to be back in Bloomington 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, reunions, okay? Yep. Your statue probably going up for you. Sig will probably still be there. It's kind of the way this is kind of going. Can you tell me about Cignetti, why he was the perfect guy for you as a head coach and then also perfect for Indiana?
Like we talked about the college system. Nowadays with NIL, the power is shifting more to the players. However, Coach Sig has kind of gone back to that hard-ass mentality where he's going to rip you. He doesn't really care about his feelings. He cares about winning. And so in the day and age where coaches are trying to be all friendly and relate to the players, he's the exact opposite. He's a CEO, he's a feared leader, and he's a respected leader. And so with that, he's able to run a hell of an enterprise, a hell of an organization. And from the top down, everybody knows it's about business every single week. It's about preparing to the best of your ability, and you can never be complacent and never be satisfied. And I think that's what makes the Indiana Hoosiers so special.
I love it. I love it. Hey, I see you do the LinkedIn stuff.
Yeah.
Just remember, LinkedIn's for people that don't actually do it. Okay.
Like I said before, I didn't know I was going to the NFL. So I actually, first couple years of college, I was actually doing LinkedIn, getting 2 internships, and I was like, all right, here we go.
And LinkedIn's a big hey, this is how it's supposed to work. We've never actually done it, but this is what we think it should be. It's it's a great place for suits. We are very thankful that you are in our football world, and what you're about to do to the men's league, we're excited for everybody to see. Yeah. You're a special talent. We're going to be lucky to have you involved. Now, will you do a charity shot?
Of course.
Now, I didn't like the way he was throwing those records.
Yeah.
Yeah, he screwed up your rhythm a couple times, too.
Yeah, he needs to be better.
I'm more of, I wish it was a little higher.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because sometimes a little bit like bowling balls, it had a little
Yeah, Jimmy was
side
trying to make it a
arm,
little difficult. The one he threw over his head, you not hitting him in the temple.
That was awesome.
That was good restraint.
I thought you were going to let it rip.
Yeah, that was good restraint out of you.
yeah, it was good restraint. Don't want to, he's a host of the show. Don't want to mess with him. Who knows what would have happened to me? So I'm just, all right.
A legend there. Hola. Okay. How come you guys don't speak Spanish to me?
And you're trying to bait me into speaking Spanish, and I can. And you know, but I'm conversational. But my grandparents would be very, very disappointed if I didn't come in my Spanish A game.
Which you did at Heisman night.
Spanish A game. So I came to my Spanish A game at the Heisman, and I understand how much it means to the Hispanic community, especially because, I mean, Hispanics like Jacob Rodriguez, Pavia, like all Hispanics in football, we're rising up.
Yeah.
And to have that connection in the Hispanic community is huge.
Huge.
It's huge.
Yeah, and you don't know this. You don't think about this because you're just living your life. Roger Goodell heard you speak Spanish in that Heisman thing. It was like,
Fucking need this guy.
this guy.
Yes.
We got a guy. This guy.
Going back to Mexico
Let's
City.
send him to Spain. Let's send him to Mexico. Let's go ahead and get him.
And the Raiders.
Let's get a game in Cuba if we can. Yeah, let's get to the Raiders. I mean, that is what they're thinking. It's like everything about you screams like face of a franchise, man.
Yeah.
So you should be incredibly proud. Your parents are awesome, obviously learning the story about your family. It's been great, brother. We're incredibly proud of you. Now, can you make a shot for $20,000 donation potentially?
That'd be great. Oh yeah.
For Planet Fitness, maybe.
Honestly, I would
Fitness
say.
people are out here. Whoopity whoopity. We're doing it out here. We're doing it out here. Okay.
But for real, like I believe God has given me this platform. And I've been so thankful for you guys. You know, shouting out my mom and her situation and raising awareness. I think today we just hit over 275K from multiple National MS Society.
Hell yeah.
So what a great cause dear to my heart, and let's make this shot for it. You know,
Okay.
I'm not much of a basketball player because when I was in middle school or high school, I wanted to get on the basketball team, but I was like a center. But then there's a guy named Cameron Boozer and Caden Boozer.
Oh.
At that point, I'm like, I cannot play basketball. That's an NBA player. That's not me.
It's not. This is just like a state fair type game.
Stay fair.
Nice. That was good.
Good looking shot.
50,000.
Back.
50,000 now. Donation. In between those two.
Come on.
You're Fernando Mendoza.
Come on.
We know what
Come
you're
on,
about to do.
Mando.
Oh, it's all right. One more. I'm joking.
Last one.
Last one.
Bang.
Nice win. We appreciate you stopping by. 50 grand to the charity of your choosing that you just described, talking about and tackling MS, which we,
Tackling a mess.
yeah, we're thankful we got to follow you, man. Honestly. You made me look really smart a couple different times for game day, and I'm very, very grateful for that. That Oregon game, man, and I've said this a couple times this week because people have brought it up. They're like, how come you're the only one that liked Indiana or whatever? It's like, I think I was the only one that was like watching Indiana. And I've never been more sure of something in my life that you guys are going to win that game in Oregon. And then watching you guys continue to get better through it all, the Penn State magic, let alone everything that you guys did this year, so cool to watch. You made us all incredibly proud to be in Indiana, and we enjoyed the hell out of the ride. You deserve everything coming to you.
I appreciate it. I can't tell you enough how much everybody in the training room loves watching the Pat McAfee Show, how much the boys in the locker room enjoy the show, because, you know, the media's treated Indiana away, you know, a certain way, but this show has been so great to us, and it's really like, it's the epitome of Indiana.
Come on. Come on.
Appreciate you
Hey,
guys.
how about this? Muchas gracias, mi amigo.
Gracias, Pat. Buena conocerte.
Okay.
See,
Good to know you know what I mean? Good to know you.
yeah, see, I love that. You're the man.
good.
Ladies and
Love
gentlemen,
that. I'll
Fernando
talk
Mendoza.
You want this, you got that. No way, watch 'em walk